What's up, Ruto? Mano, yeah. Today I just want to try something, okay? I get quite a few emails from you guys, and I kind of realize that you guys are at different levels. Okay, some are more beginning intermediate, others are more advanced intermediate. So what I want to do today is I want to start out with a more advanced explanation, or a quick explanation basically, and then after that I'll slow down a bit for the rest of you. And I want you, after the video, just let me know which category you fall into. Do you prefer the first explanation or the second explanation, just to get an idea of where you guys are at. Okay, so today I want to share this like 5-1-4 passing chord. Okay, 5-1-4 progression in the key of C. I first want to play it through just so you can get an idea of what we're actually going to be covering. Okay, so I'll use the song Ole Ole. Okay, that song. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play like a 5-1-4 progression to the F, or you can also look at it as a 2-5 to the F. Okay, so how that would sound is. Okay, so that's the move. Okay, so this is the advanced explanation. So over the 5 we have this minor 9. So if you look at the chord, there's like a B flat major chord here. So you can approach this half step going to the B flat major. Okay, and then you can invert the B flat minor 9 chord. Okay, so that's the first part. Okay, and then from here we're gonna go to diminished chord to the F. Okay, and the diminished chord we're gonna use the same approach. We're gonna go half step to the diminish and then invert it. Okay, drop 2s, invert it again. Okay, and then we look for this melody. Okay, so another thing we're gonna add is on the 4, we're gonna substitute the 4 for this D major chord. Okay, because that has that melody. Okay, but before we get to this chord, remember we want a diminished chord. So what we're gonna do from the diminished chord, you're gonna walk down chromatically. So you get to this note, okay, which is like the first inversion of the D major chord. So it would sound something like this. Okay, and then back to the 1. Okay, so it's 5. The 1 is essentially the diminished chord to the D major. Substitute for 4. Okay, cool. So that's the slightly advanced breakdown of that move. So now we're going to take our time with this thing a little bit more. Okay, so what we're going to do is 5-1-4 is the chord progression that you usually would use to take you to the 4. Okay, the 5-1. And see, we can also look at this as like a 2-5-1 progression that takes you to the F. Okay, so the 2 is usually like a minor kind of chord, and the 1 is usually like a dominant chord. So the C major, we add that dominant sound. Okay, but we're not going to play this one. We're actually going to play diminished chord to get you to the F. Okay, so it sounds something like this: minor, diminished, 1. Okay, so that's a 2-5-1. So what we're going to do is, instead of just playing the normal minor chord, we're going to play a minor 9 chord. Okay, so if you look at this chord, it has a B flat in it. Okay, and if you play the F on top here and you take this finger away, this is the voicing we're going to play. If we play like inversion up, so we're basically taking this chord, we're taking the F up like that. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to invert the chord like that. But before we get to this B flat, we're going to approach the B flat from a half step up. So we're going to come A to the B flat and then invert the chord. Okay, so that's the move that we're actually going to be using. It's like a half step, invert, half step, invert. Same thing with the diminished chord. This is the diminished chord that we're targeting. It's going to take us to the F. So what we're going to do, we're going to approach this diminished chord from a half step down. Okay, half step to the diminished chord. So we're approaching this diminished chord a half step, from half step up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take out the A and we're going to play a left hand G flat, right hand the C and the E flat, and then from here we go up a half step. Okay, because now we're on that diminished chord, and now we're going to invert this chord. Okay, it's still the same diminished chord. We're just taking out notes. Okay, and then we invert it again. Still the same diminished chord. And we play drop 2 version of it. Okay. And the nice thing with this, the placement of this move. So you'd usually use this if you go to the 4. Okay, so I'll give you another song, for example. Let's say Only Believe. The song usually goes, okay, on the 1, and then you go to the 4. Okay, so that song went from the 1 to the 4. So to going to that 4, that's when you, just before you get to the F, that's when you play this thing quickly. So in that song, I Only Believe, it sounds something like this. Okay, but I just want to share something interesting with you. It's just the timing of this thing. This thing you can play anytime you go to the 4. Okay, but I want to show you how that sounds quickly. So let's say we have the beat going 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say on the 1 of the bar, that's when you land on the F. So what that means is, let's say you go on the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So let's say every time you say 1, or when you say 1, that's when you land on the 4. So this move can be placed on the 3 and the 4 in the bar. Okay, so how that would sound is 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Then you go to the F. So on those quarter notes, that's when you play the da 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 da. So it goes 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Okay. So you'll do the move over that kind of timing. So it goes 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. So that works with any song. So if you think another song, for example, let's say Falling in Love with Jesus. Okay, same beat. G E and a 4 E and a. Okay, so that's when you would play the move in that kind of timing. So in that song. Okay, so that's when you would play it. I just wanted to make sure that you get the timing of the move. Okay, so now another thing that Nick does was he substitutes the 4 for this D major chord. Okay, the reason why it works is because of the melody, because we're looking for the F melody, because the song goes, okay, the melody goes to A, so we're just looking for a major chord that has this A on top, which is a D major chord. Okay, like a first inversion of the chord. Okay, so we're going from the diminished into the D major, and how we do that is from this diminished chord, from the D flat you go down half steps, and once you get here, then you play this one. Okay, once you get to the G flat, then that's when you play the D major chord. Okay, and then after that, what it does is, okay, so the song goes like this. You see, after the 4, it goes to the 3. Okay, so what we can do is to get to the 3, we can play a passing chord on the 7. Okay, on the 7th scale degree. Okay, and that chord is B7 sharp 9 sharp 5. Okay, so your left hand you have a B, you have an E flat, A, D, G, and a B. Okay, and if you look at this chord here, it's essentially a G major chord. Okay, so what you can do is you can approach that chord from a half step up. Okay, so it sounds. Okay, so the whole thing, including the 5-1-4 chord progression. Okay, so that's the idea, guys. Let me know in the comments which one of these explanations do you prefer, and I just want to see where you guys are at your journey, because we all, I know and I understand we're all at different stages of the journey. So leave a comment, and if you enjoy this kind of thing, I shot another video where I showed 10 of my favorite chords and licks. So if you like this, I think you'll enjoy that. So click the link below and I'll send that through to you. Okay, so I'll just do a quick playthrough of the song. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm going to play 2 or 3 other things that I've done in previous videos and include it in the song, just so that you can also see how I actually use the stuff that I show you guys as well. So let's go. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. See you again real soon. Thank you. God bless. Bye bye.